Hey! What are you doing? Boring. Can you just be quiet, please? Hey, nerd! What are you up to? You're meant to be getting this done. What's wrong with you? Yes. I did ask to do this. Wish I was a superhero. Evening all. Welcome to the Stay In quiz. Yeah, so another Friday night, another trip to the Stay In for our school edition this week. So thank you pupils for joining me in the Stay In school tonight. Have we got anybody else in class tonight? Let's see who's in class tonight. There we go. So we've got Kim and Alison and Graham there, all dressed up in their school clothes there. Graham, lovely cheeky smile on there. Yes, so yeah, thank you for joining me. I've had another little play with the video editing, as you can see. No flying this week, just a double make, which absolutely blew Kian's mind earlier. He just stood there watching it going, "That's you, Daddy. And that's you, Daddy, and Daddy, and Daddy." So yeah, he loved that. But I need to work on my green screening because you kept getting yellow bits, didn't you? Anyway, just a bit of fun to start us off on our school quiz this week. So, yeah, this week, all based on schools. So we've got 4 rounds coming up for you. We're going to start with children's literature. Then round number 2 is our round on famous schools, both real and fictional. Then we have our interval, where the picture round will flash up. And then we're going to finish with a double round, 20 questions on things you should know by the time you leave primary school. So they're all things taken from the national curriculum. So any of my colleagues watching, I'm expecting a 20 out of 20 on that round from you. Yes, or else you can hang your head in shame on a Monday morning. So yeah, lots of good evenings coming through on the chat already. So hello to lots of very familiar faces. Not faces, familiar names I should say, shouldn't I? Lots of you have never actually seen your faces. Maybe one day. So yeah, who have we got in? Woodhills are in. We got Three's a Crowd. Slade Park Sinners are back. Dream Team are back. Danny is back. And can't play properly tonight, but listening in. Oh, excellent. Thank you for giving up your time, even though you can't join in properly tonight. So yeah. Yeah, if you're joining us regular, thank you for returning. If you happen to have stumbled across the Stay In for the first time tonight, thank you very much for coming along. Yeah, so just witter on for a few minutes before we begin, while you get yourselves ready. Just remember, it's all down to you. Write your answers down. I'll give you the answers, score them yourselves. Remember that you shouldn't be using Google, but if you do, you will only be cheating yourselves. It is just for fun after all. And I always say, don't lie, that the winner is the person who's having the most fun. So there, it's not all about winning, it's about taking part, isn't it? Somebody sent me a message earlier in the week asking once again about was I doing donations or charity collections or anything like that. So just to remind you that I'm not specifically asking for anything or raising for a specific charity. As I've always said, you know, it's a hard time for everybody. If you would like to give anything, kind of in lieu of what I am doing, then that would be amazing. But honestly, don't feel like you have to at all. I'm just doing this for a bit of fun, and to hopefully bring some smiles to whoever is joining in. So yeah, that is down to you. If you'd like to make a donation. I can't remember who asked that actually. Yeah, so we'll start the quiz in a few minutes. I've got some news in the interval which I have to share with you about the future of the quizzes. Because obviously there's been a bit of an announcement from Boris and co this week. So I'll go through that in the interval with you. And of course the interval is a time when you can do your picture round. So your picture round is this. You've got 9 symbols that you would encounter during your schooling in primary school. So they're all from different subjects in the primary national curriculum. I just want to know what those symbols are. So yeah, they're on Facebook and Twitter. So if you'd like to access them on there, you can do. Otherwise, they'll be up during the interval. Okay. So I think that I am ready to go. So if you could just let me know in the chat if you are all ready to start, and then we can move on with round 1, which is the children's literature round. I'm just going to get a drink and read this chat because there's lots of messages coming through at the moment. Oh, Graham's not being taught how to spell properly. Pardon? Oh, okay. There you go. So lots of you saying good evening. Oh, bookshop team are ready. Have joined us. There you go. Oh, Joe is drinking some old speckled hen tonight, and Sally's drinking cider. I'm still on my boy brewery things back on the Lerren Blonde tonight. So yeah, very nice little drop. Amy, this is your first bottle top here for you. As soon as you need 8 by Monday morning, there's 1 for you. Right, here we go. So let's move on to round 1, which is children's literature. So round 1, question 1. Which book is author and illustrator Eric Carle best known for? Which book is author and illustrator Eric Carle best known for? So he has written a few, but his most famous one, without a doubt, is the one I'm thinking of. Oh, we've got some whiskey and Pimm's going on in Danny's house. I've got a feeling, Danny, that tonight is the night that you shall emerge victorious. Fingers crossed for you. Question 2. In Roald Dahl's book Matilda, who is Matilda's teacher? In Roald Dahl's Matilda, who is Matilda's teacher? Amy does not teach number 6 of the pictures, hey? I forgot what that is. Ah, right, okay. But you could be asked to teach it at some point. She. Oh, there you go. Apparently year 1. Done. Question 3. In C.S. Lewis's The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, what is the name of the lion? So in C.S. Lewis's The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, what is the name of the lion? Question 4. In which Richard Adams book would you encounter the rabbits Fiver, Bigwig and Hazel? In which Richard Adams book would you encounter the rabbits Fiver, Bigwig and Hazel? Looked a little bit high, I couldn't quite look at it properly. Question 5. What type of granny did David Walliams write about in his 2011 book? What type of granny did David Walliams write about in his 2011 book? Question 6. Quite possibly my favourite children's book to do with a class. This book is. So question 6. Stanley Yelnats is sent to Camp Green Lake to do what in Louis Sahar's book? So Stanley Yelnats is sent to Camp Green Lake to do what in Louis Sahar's book? Question 7. What kind of animal is Joey in Michael Morpurgo's novel set during the First World War? What type of animal is Joey in Michael Morpurgo's novel for children which is set during the First World War? Question 8. Who came to tea in Judith Kerr's best-selling picture book? Who came to tea in Judith Kerr's best-selling picture book? No, not the football player. Louis Sachar. Famous for writing a very famous book. It's also been Sachar. Louis Sachar. Erin knows that one. I'm sure Erin knows that one. Erin might know the next one as well. Question 9. What would you be looking for if you had to pass through long wavy grass, thick oozy mud, a whirling swirling snowstorm, a deep cold river, and a forest? What would you be looking for if you had to pass through long wavy grass, thick oozy mud, a whirling swirling snowstorm, a deep cold river, and a forest? question 10. This is your 2-mark question for the night, which will bring you up to 50 points. So there's 2 parts to this question. So Eoin Colfer wrote a series of books about a 12-year-old criminal mastermind. So what was that criminal mastermind called? And the bonus point is, which streaming service has just released a series based on these books? So Eoin Colfer wrote a series of books about a 12-year-old criminal mastermind. What was that criminal mastermind called? And your bonus point is, which streaming service has just released a series based on these books? Eoin Colfer. So it's E-O-I-N, first name, Colfer, C-O-L-F-E-R. Yeah, mispronounced it. Irish, I believe. Just giving you some time to settle on any answers there before we move on. In this little lull, I'll thank my test teams once again for having a cast over the questions, coming back with some good feedback as usual. I think they were kind of getting about 8 on that round, I think. But all depends what you know, really, doesn't it? Depends how old your children are as well. So our next round is all about famous schools. So some of these schools are real schools. Others of them are fictional, so in books, films, TV series, and so on. So there's a mixture of categories in here, but they're all about famous schools. So question 1 in round 2 is, what is the name of the school that Harry Potter attended? What is the name of the school that Harry Potter attended? Cheers to anyone playing the drinking game. There are a few classics in there, Mum. Pretty sure The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe is a classic, as is Richard Adams is. And those 2 picture books that Erin knows, definitely. Question 2. The Wall game is an infamous game which originates and is still played at which school? The Wall game. So the Wall game is an infamous game which originates and is still played at which school? No famous 5 or Biggles, I'm afraid, Graham. But with children's literature is I could have easily written a whole quiz about it. So I had to try and get a nice spread through the ages for you. Question 3. Which school did William Webb Ellis attend? Which school did William Webb Ellis attend? Question 4. I nearly pulled this one out of the quiz, but then one of my test teams actually got it right. I thought it was too hard, but one of them got it right, so it's still in here. So which school do Prince George and Princess Charlotte attend? Which school did Prince George and Princess Charlotte attend? So a little bit of a problem there with the screen, but I think it's alright for you. Okay, question 5. What was the name of the girls' boarding school located in Cornwall, which was the setting for some of Enid Blyton's books? What was the name of the girls' boarding school located in Cornwall, which was a setting for some of Enid Blyton's books? So no famous 5 for you, Graham, but there is a Enid Blyton question. Question 6. Which London school did Winston Churchill and 7 other Prime Ministers attend? Not at the same time, obviously. So which London school did Winston Churchill and 7 other Prime Ministers attend? Oh dear, Malcolm, off to detention, hey? Question 7. Which school, created by cartoonist Ronald Searle, and which featured in a series of feature films, was a boarding school where the teachers were sadists and the girls were juvenile delinquents? Which school, created by cartoonist Ronald Searle and featured in a series of films, was a boarding school where the teachers were sadists and the girls were juvenile delinquents? Question 8. Sharpay, Troy and Gabriella attend East High School in which Disney series of films? So Sharpay, Troy and Gabriella attend East High School in which Disney series of films? Two questions left in this round. So question 9. What was the name of the school in the title of a BBC children's drama that ran from 1978 until 2008? What was the name of the school in the title of a BBC children's drama that ran from 1978 until 2008? And the final question in this round, question 10. In which film did Jack Black play a rock guitarist who accidentally became a supply teacher for Horace Green Prep School? In which film did Jack Black play a rock guitarist who accidentally became a supply teacher for Horace Green Prep School? It's also been made into a musical now. So, there we go. First two rounds over and done with. Children's literature and famous schools, which means you only have 20 questions left taken from the primary national curriculum in England. No pressure at all here. No, they're not all from English. I just know that I've got people from Scotland and Wales joining in whose national curriculum is different. So yeah, what we'll do now is we'll have a break for a few minutes, so you can, as usual, visit the facilities at the State Inn, go to the bar if you need to. So what we'll do now, I'll put the picture round up, I'll disappear for 5 minutes or so, and I'll come back, and like I said, I've got some news to share with you about the future of the State Inn quizzes. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed the first part of the quiz. And here are your pictures. I shall speak to you in a few minutes. Hey, welcome back. Yes, I hope you managed to go and fill up your drinks and everything. I'm going to take the picture round off now. I'll show it at the end of the quiz again for a few minutes for you, but here I am. So, yes, I had news for you. So some of you have been with me since the very beginning of this, way back, I think it was the first week in April when we first did the stay-in quiz. And I started it because I used to run the quizzes up in the Stag Inn here in St Clear, and then obviously a certain virtual quiz got very popular, and then a few people asked me would I mind doing one, and I agreed to, and here we are 12 weeks later presenting a virtual quiz, but I said right at the beginning that I would do it while the pubs were closed, because I didn't want to be stepping on the toes of pubs who will obviously need our support. And those of you who follow the social media will know that I post quite a bit about what the local pubs are doing and how you can support them and things like that, because I'm a big believer in pubs being a lifeblood of the community, as well as contributing hugely to the local economy. So this week we got the news that we were expecting, because it had been leaked weeks before, hadn't it? The pubs will be reopening a week on Saturday, a week tomorrow in fact, which led me to think, what is going to happen with the quiz? Now, pubs aren't going to be able to hold pub quizzes in the immediate future, so I've contacted a load of local pubs, and I'm actually going to be linking up with 3 of the pubs in the area to continue running the quiz in more or less the same format. So that'll be the Market here in St Clear, the Manor House in Rilla Mill, a few miles away, and then the Albion in Liskeard. So we're going to work together just for a few weeks, see how it works out. And the idea is that people who visit those pubs will be given a password which they can use to log on and view the quiz. Now, obviously that has implications for everyone else, and I consulted with a few of you and with a few other people as well who aren't part of the quiz, and what I am saying to all of you, because I'm so thankful to all of you who have joined in over these 12 weeks, is that I would like you to continue being with us while I work in conjunction with the pubs, and I've let the pubs know this as well. So what I will need from you, because I won't be posting the links up on social media for you to access, what I need from you is I need you to get in contact with me with an email address so that I can add you onto the mailing list to be sent the links. So you can email me at stclearquizzes@gmail.com. You can message me on Facebook, on the Squizzes page, or on Twitter, on Instagram, whichever social media you would like. But if you send me your email address and just say that you would like to carry on doing the quiz, then you will be added and you can join in. Because like I said, if it wasn't for all of you, I still wouldn't be doing this after 12 weeks. Right. So yeah, it's up. I'm not saying you have to, but if you would like to carry on for the next few weeks, so next week is unaffected. That will happen as normal, but starting from the 10th of July, I will be running them in conjunction with local pubs, and hopefully helping them to get more customers in. So next week, as normal, it's our sports quiz, and then if you have emailed me, got in contact with your email address, I'll add you onto the future quizzes. So yes, I will leave that in your hands if you'd like to continue doing the quizzes. But yeah, thank you for joining us on all these weeks. It's not the end for the stay-in quizzes, even though pubs are opening. On another note, if you do go back to a pub, I have to say, please do so responsibly, not like people on beaches. Okay, contact your local pubs, see what they are doing. Don't just turn up and crowd the place out. That's not good for anybody. So yeah, I've already been in contact and I've booked in to go to the Crow's Nest next week. I know what they're doing down there pretty much. So yeah, just do it responsibly. Don't cause anything that's gonna make the situation worse, and just go and enjoy the pubs if you would like to, and yeah, support these local businesses. I'm going to get off my soapbox now, and we shall do some answers. So there we go. Soapbox off, back into Quizmaster mode. Thank you very much for listening to that. Cheers. So, round one was our children's literature round. Question one. Eric Carle's best known book is The Very Hungry Caterpillar. Question two. Matilda's teacher is Miss Honey. Question three. The lion in The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe is Aslan. Question four. Richard Adams's book, where you encounter all those rabbits, is Watership Down. Question five. David Williams wrote about a gangster granny. Question six. Stanley Yelnats is sent to Camp Greenacre to dig holes. The book Holes is just fantastic. Read it if you haven't. Oh, I've already got an email sent. Thank you. That's Slade Park Sinners, is it? Question seven. Joey in Michael Morpurgo's novel is a horse. That's the book War Horse. Question eight. It was a tiger who came to tea in Judith Kerr's book. Question nine. If you went through all the grass, the mud, the snowstorm and everything, you would be hunting for a bear. Going on a Bear Hunt by Michael Rosen. And how do I pronounce it, Maddie? Owen Colfer? Owen Colfer. The 12-year-old criminal mastermind that he wrote about is Artemis Fowl, and the series is being premiered on Disney Plus. So 11 marks on that round if you'd like to total them up. And we'll move on to our famous schools. So round two. Question one. Harry Potter went to Hogwarts School of what is it? I've just stumbled over my words. Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. There you go. Question two. The Wall game originates and is still played in Eton. It's the forerunner of a rugby game. William Webb Ellis attended rugby school, which is where the game supposedly originated from. Question four. Prince George and Princess Charlotte attend Thomas's Battersea. That's the school they attend. Question five. The girls' boarding school in Cornwall, in Eden Byton's book, is Mallory Towers. Question six. Winston Churchill attended Harrow. Question seven. The school with the sadist teachers and the juvenile delinquent girls is St. Trinian's. Sharpay, Troy and Gabriella attend East High School in High School Musical. Question 9. The name of the school in the BBC children's drama was Grange Hill. And finally, Jack Black played a rock guitarist who became a supply teacher in the film School of Rock. So there you go. If you would like to total up what you've got, send them through in the live chat. And then we'll move on to our 20 questions taken from the primary national curriculum. Quite a lot of my test teams happen to be teachers, so getting this next round tested was quite interesting because I needed a more neutral voice on it, but we got there in the end. So here we go, scores coming in. Smith family on 19, fantastic score, well done. Got a couple of 15s, 16 for Matt and Lisa and Gordon, isn't there? 21 for the Slade Park Sinners, wow. Full marks. There you go. Colin's on 18. Malcolm's on a could do better. Oh, good evening, Kai. Haven't seen you posting earlier on. Welcome to the quiz again. 16 for the Leicester 38ers. There you go. So, round 3. There's a 20 question round here coming up. Very funny, Jane. Good maths there. So, 20 question round on things that you should have learnt in primary school. Well, here we go. Let's see who has left primary school and who is still there. Round 3, question 1. What class of word is used to describe a noun? What class of word is used to describe a noun? Second drink, Amy. I've got 2 bottle caps for you. We'll get there. Right, question 2. I'm sure that I will hear a groan here when I tell you it's a maths question, but please do not fear maths. There is nothing wrong with maths. Okay. The question 2. If I eat 1/3 of a pizza and my friend eats 1/4 of the same pizza, how much pizza is left? If I eat 1/3 of a pizza and then my friend eats 1/4 of the same pizza, how much of that pizza is left? Yes, you really do have to do this by the end of primary school. It's a life skill, actually, knowing how much pizza you get to eat. Pardon? Yeah. Question 3. By what process do green plants create energy? By which process do green plants create energy? Okay. Somebody's having fun tonight anyway. Okay, question 4. Which classification of rocks are formed when molten rock cools? So, which classification of rocks are formed when molten rock cools? Oh, the Illuminati have got 21 as well. 2 teams on full marks so far. Fantastic. Could we get a 50 out of 50? Question 5. How many poles does a magnet have? How many poles does a magnet have? Question 6. In computing, what do the initials CAD stand for? In computing, what do the initials CAD stand for? People who used to come to the quiz up in this tag, I think, have I done a similar round to this before, around exam time? I seem to remember it, but I couldn't find a copy of it. So if I did, and I've repeated some questions, I'm sorry, but it is quite a while since we would have done that anyway. Question 7. How many planets are there in our solar system? How many planets are there in our solar system? Question 8. What force slows down a skydiver's descent? What force slows down a skydiver's descent? Okay, question 9. Which Swedish botanist created a classification system for living organisms? Which Swedish botanist developed a classification system for living organisms? Question 10. Which imaginary line circles the Earth at 0 degrees longitude? Which imaginary line circles the Earth at 0 degrees longitude? Question 11. Which queen of the Iceni tribe led the resistance against the Roman invasion of Britain? Which queen of the Iceni tribe led the resistance against the Roman invasion of Britain? Question 12. Which ancient civilization lived in areas of Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, and El Salvador? Which ancient civilization lived in areas of Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, and El Salvador? Question 13. According to the national curriculum, how far should a child be able to swim before they leave primary school? According to the national curriculum, how far should a child be able to swim before leaving primary school? Question 14. Which punctuation mark can be used to introduce a list or to separate two independent clauses? Which punctuation mark can be used to introduce a list or to separate two independent clauses? Question 15. In musical notation, what is the name given to the 5 horizontal lines onto which notes are placed? In musical notation, what is the name given to the 5 horizontal lines onto which notes are placed? Question 16. Which dynasty ruled the lower Yellow River Valley in China from 1600 BC until the year 1046 BC? So which dynasty ruled the lower Yellow River Valley in China from 1600 BC until the year 1046 BC? Stumbling over my words in that question, wasn't I? Question 17. What is the French word for the number 20? What is the French word for the number 20? Thank you for the email, Danny. Great to have you continuing. Question 18. During which period was Stonehenge constructed? During which period was Stonehenge constructed? So just 2 questions left of the quiz tonight. And question 19 in this round is, how many oceans are there on Earth? How many oceans are there on Earth? What's this, Chris? Can you repeat the noun question? Oh, the noun question, Chris, was, that was question 1, wasn't it? What class of word is used to describe a noun? What class of word is used to describe a noun? That's question 1 in that round. And question 20, what is, and here's a maths question for you, 1,748 multiplied by 52? What is 1748 multiplied by 52? If you get a calculator out on your phone, as usual, you are only cheating yourselves. So there we go. I made that 9 o'clock there. We've got through our questions. So as usual, I will pop up the picture round again. We can have just a couple of minutes with that back up if you'd like to go and top up a drink or anything else. And then I'll be back with the answers. Do the picture round first, and then all 20 of those what you should have learnt in school questions. So yeah, I'll speak to you again in a few moments. Here are your pictures again. Okay, I'm back. I've got a few things here. Mum, yes, please, could you email me? And then I've got all of the emails in the same place. It's easier for me to manage the mailing list from there. And Slade Clarkson as the Stonehenge question again is, during which period was Stonehenge constructed? So there you go. Yes, so I'm back. I've just topped up my drink. So yeah, that's a third bottle top for you there, Amy. Yeah, I've just logged on to my emails in that break and seen that yeah, I've got quite a few of you who've already emailed through to say you'd like to continue, which is absolutely amazing. I think I've got five emails, and that covers about 8 teams, I think. So yeah, overwhelmed. Just little old me sitting here in Cornwall, and people want to continue with my quizzes from all over the place. So thank you so much. Makes it all worthwhile. Right, let's do some some symbol answers, shall we? So here are symbols that children will have encountered during their primary education. Here are your answers. Number 1 is a square root. Number 2 is a cell. I'm not going to get pedantic, so if you put battery down, I will accept it. A battery is technically 2 cells put together. Question 3 is a quarry. Question 4 is copy. Question 5 is a semicolon. Question 6 is approximately equal to. Question 7, it's an open switch. I will accept just switch. Question 8 is a place of worship. And question 9 is an ellipsis. So there you go. So I shall take those down just now. And here's my ugly mug with my tie around my head. And let's go through the answers to round 3, our long round about what you should know by the end of primary school. So question 1. What class of word is used to describe a noun? It is an adjective. Okay, question 2. If I eat a third of a pizza and my friend eats a quarter of a pizza, there will be 5/12 of a pizza left. Question 3. Plants create energy via photosynthesis. Question 4. The classification of rocks formed when molten rock cools is igneous rocks. Question 5. A magnet has 2 poles. Question 6. In computing, the initials CAD stand for Computer Aided Design. Question 7. There are 8 planets in our solar system. Question 8. The force that slows down a skydiver's descent is air resistance, or drag. Question 9. The Swedish botanist who developed the classification system is Charles Linnaeus. We still use the Linnaeus classification system. Question 10. The imaginary line that circles the Earth at 0 degrees longitude is the prime meridian. 11. The queen of the Iceni tribe who led the resistance against the Romans is Boudica, or Boudicca, however you want to pronounce it. 12. The ancient civilization that lived in Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, Honduras and El Salvador was the Maya civilization. Question 13. According to the national curriculum, children should be able to swim 25 metres before they leave primary school. Question 14. The punctuation mark, which can be used to introduce a list or to separate 2 independent clauses, is a colon. Question 15. In musical notation, the name of the 5 horizontal lines is a stave, also known as a staff. So if you put staff, you can have the point as well. Question 16. The dynasty that ruled over the lower Yellow River Valley was the Shang dynasty. 17. The French word for the number 20 is van. V-I-N-G-T. Question 18. Stonehenge was constructed during the Bronze Age. Question 19. There are 5 oceans on Earth. And question 20. The answer is not printed on my sheet here, so I'm just going to have to do a very quick bit of maths. 90,896.
Unless somebody corrects me.
That's what I was just working out now. 90,896. So question 20, 90,896. Don't know why that didn't print on my sheet. Yeah, should have checked that before, shouldn't I? So there you go, the end of another quiz. So yeah, if you'd like to total up and start sending through some scores, we'll see what we've got. Is anybody still on full marks? I see, Chris, you've dropped one already. Who's the other team on full marks? Can't remember. So let me know what you've got. I have got a tiebreaker to come, in case we've got tied scores anywhere. Phone's going off again. So yeah, let's see what sort of scores we've got coming through. Let's have another drink. Here we go, right. 37 for my parents up on Anglesey. Better than last week, isn't it? Going up again. Danny's on a 34. Smith family are on to 38. We've got a 40 in Somerset. Woodhill Wonders on 30. Slade Park Sinners on 43 in total. Here we go. Oh, the Illuminati are on 46 out of 50. Fantastic score there. We got Jane. It's on a 37. Got another 37 for the Leicester 38ers. Your worst score ever? Oh no! But if 37 is your worst score, there's nothing to be ashamed of at all. Here we go. Got 36 for Matt and Lisa and Gordon. The younger half of the bookshop team have got 37. Well done, the younger half. Where are the older half this week? Few 40s coming in, including Danny, beaten again by the Morgans. Oh dear. What are we going to do? Malcolm, 29. There you go. Oh, older half of the bookshop. Here we are, 39. Oh, there you go. Older half won at the bookshop. Right, shall we have a tie-break question? Oh, there you go. The older half of the bookshop and the dream team are both on 39. They need a tiebreaker, don't they? So, I mentioned earlier that Winston Churchill attended Harrow School. In what year was Harrow School founded? In what year was Harrow School founded? If you want to write down an answer, if you want to ping it in the chat, I don't mind. I'll give you a few seconds before I reveal the answer. Literature let mum down. Oh, have you seen that, Maddie?
I know, I don't.
Oh my goodness. There's a turn up for the book. What year was Harrow School founded? That is our tie-break question this week. This is where the delay kicks in. I'm not getting any answers. Is anyone going to answer on the chat or not? A few more seconds and I'll reveal some answers. Here we go. 1542 from the bookshop team. 1785 from Colin. Here we go, so a few more coming through. Now, probably by the time I've revealed the answers, more will have come through. The Illuminati on 1733. And Malcolm's off to sharpen his pencil. Well, the answer. Wow, I was going to say the older team in the bookshop are very close, but the Smith family have snuck in even closer. Where they said 1560, the answer is actually 1572. So Harrow School was founded in 1572. Smith family with Heather and Irene only 12 years out. Fantastic answer there, well done. So yeah, there we go, end of the quiz again. Thank you for your kind words, Graham. Glad you've enjoyed it. Just going to flash up here contact details, because if you would like to carry on doing it when in 2 weeks from now that I switch over to working with the local pubs, then please get in touch. You will definitely more than welcome to join in as soon as you have supported this over the last 12 weeks or so. So yeah, just get in touch. And I will see you all next week. Next week, just to remind you, it is the sports edition of the quiz. So if you'd like to dress as your favourite sports person, please do. And send in your pictures. I know some of you like doing that, so I'm keeping the theme going of dressing up if you would like to. And then we'll have a few sports related questions and a few other bits that I've been requested over the last few weeks. Parents back at home, they haven't won, but they've enjoyed it, so do we win? Well, I would say if you've enjoyed it, then you may be the winner. So yeah, I think everyone's a winner if you've enjoyed it. There you go. Okay, well, I'll say good night to you. It is just turning up 9:15. Have a good evening, everyone, and I shall speak to you next Friday.